Okay, welcome to my craft room, everyone. I have a feeling that I've just been talking entirely to myself, but anyway, took me a minute to get on, but that's okay. Hopefully you can all hear me now. I just was discussing with myself that I should change my beginning spiel. Usually it's good morning, everyone, and welcome to my craft room. So I'm thinking maybe I need to shake it up with something a little bit different, but hopefully we're on track now and you can all hear me. So I can see a few people jumping on, which is great. Apologies for the dead air at the beginning, but that's okay. I was being my usual charming, witty self and no one could hear me. Okay, so today I'm going to pop on and show you what I'm calling a trellis card. Basically, because it's got sort of like a little split texture card trellis on the top there. I do have to admit that I was inspired in this card by something non-Stampin' Up. I do get newsletters and things from other crafting companies, and I did actually see a really nice image of a card. I can't remember the name of the company who created the dies and things, but it looked like a trellis or a lattice that a beautiful flowering sort of vine was coming down. So I thought, well, can I create that with our beautiful framed florets bundle? No designer series paper to be seen here. I have actually just die cut and coloured all these cute flowers and leaves. So keep in mind that the paper that goes with the framed florets, the fitting florets, there's a bit of alliteration there, is only available to the end of, well, I think the 2nd of January. So we have to find wonderful ways to use our dies and stamps and dies, because we're not going to have that paper forever. So that's what I've done with this one. I'm actually going to change the one slightly that I'm going to do with you today, because I decided that I didn't just want the lattice on that side. I actually wanted it down here as well. So I had to think of a way of actually doing that to have the lattice on both sides. And I'll show you how I've done that in a second. It's a little bit sneaky. Yeah, so cute. I'm sticking with the colours from Mum's card that we made a couple of weeks ago, the light and dark flirty flamingo, and the soft succulent is the green. So there we are. So we'll get making with that. So as I say, I'm using the split card texture dies to create the little lattice that I want. And I'm using this one here, which obviously is a nice sort of regular shaped lattice. So I'm going to use that one. And as I say, I want it on the top and the bottom, so it looks like it's a whole wall of lattice. So here's my piece of cardstock that I'm going to turn into my cute lattice. Just do that. And as you can see, if I pop it on one side like that to get the upper half, pop it through the machine, and then if I pop it through the other half like this, they're going to overlap, and that's going to cut my cardstock pretty much in half, which is not what I want, or it's going to weaken it substantially. So I had a little play this morning. I'm just going to grab my cut and emboss machine, which I probably should have done before. Forgive any potential crashes. Here we go. So I'm going to give it 2 passes through the machine. I'm going to be a little bit sneaky the second time just to get a partial cut. Okay, so just bear with me. I'm going to pop it through the first time. First time's nothing fancy schmancy. I'm just going to line it up. I want a fairly large border around the edge, which is part of the problem, that I'm not going to get 2 complete cuts. So I'll pop that through the first time with this. If it doesn't move, where's my tape? Oh, for a magnetic board, she says, almost sarcastically. So anyway, we'll pop that down. Hold it in place with some of my wonderful tape that my dear friend Elizabeth bought me when she couldn't stand to see me suffer. And I'll pop that through. So this is just the first cut. I'm going to take it through twice, or take it back, because this one for some reason doesn't cut all the way through the first time. Get rid of that very carefully. And take off that There, sorry, something weird's happened on my screen. I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. I'm not too far out. All the bits have come out. Lots more mess for the craft room floor, but that's okay. So now I'm going to flip it. Just get rid of the loosest bits. I can come back and get the others later. Get rid of that. Eek, everywhere it went just then. Okay, so as I say, I want to flip this now. Get rid of some of this stuff so that I get the trellis on the lower quarter, the lower half as well. Okay, so as you can tell, well, bits everywhere. If I do it just as it is, line it up, it's going to overlap. You can see there, and it's going to cut my cardstock and make a horrible big hole in the middle of my beautiful card, which I probably would cover over anyway with the flowers and things, but I don't really want to weaken it that much. Just going to get rid of some of these little bits here. Just forgive me for a second. With my mum's wonderful ceramic tool. Went to the lawyers with mum yesterday, just while I do this update on the whole probate business. So we signed the final papers. She was good for Dad's estate. She was good right to the very end, I think, because she'd signed so many papers. There were papers for this and papers for that and papers for shares and bank accounts and things, and she just got to the end and she broke down. She said it was because she saw his name so many times, so it was a bit upsetting for her. And then she went, so I went, so we both had a bit of cry. And then the lawyer actually went as well. She's a lovely, lovely probate lawyer. And she had a bit of a cry. She had tears in her eyes as well, poor thing. Hope she doesn't go through that every day. Okay, so now I'm going to pop this down and I'm going to sort of cut a partial sort of cut of this one. So I'm going to pop it where I want it to be on the actual cardstock. I'm going to position it where I want, line it up and put the same sort of border on. And then I'm going to bring back in my plate and I'm only going to put it partially through. So I'm going to have to rotate it. I'm going to have to rotate it so it comes through sort of the same angle as the plate itself. I thought maybe I could use my mini plate, but it wasn't quite big enough. So, okay, we'll try that angle. As you can see, hopefully you can see that. I'm not just talking to myself here. Oh, it's going to move. I've got a new piece of tape. One lost its stickiness a bit earlier than I anticipated. And I'm going to just bring it through to about there so that I get the lower corner cut and nothing else beyond that. That's the theory anyway. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're taking it through and it's going to curl my paper in that corner a wee bit sadly, but that's okay. We can live with that. Bring it in only as far as sort of there. Take it back. Take it through. Okay, so that should have only cut, fingers crossed, the bottom quarter. Let's get that off as carefully as we can. See how successful that was. There we are. Okay, so you can see I've got that bottom quarter cut, which is exactly what I wanted. Hopefully you can see that there. I'll just get rid of some of these little hangy bits and then we can start decorating. So I'll get rid of my machine, bear with me. Oh, no crashes and bangs, no, good. Here we are. So I have, even though there's a bit of a gap in the middle there, I have what looks like a complete trellis. Probably could have taken it through a wee bit further, but that's okay. I'll just get rid of some of these fully cut ones. And don't worry too much. I did have a spare that I practiced on before in case this has gone horribly wrong, but this is okay. We can work with this. Oh, all over the floor. So I'm just going to get rid of these last little ones that have completely cut out, and I'll leave the partial ones, and I'll cover them with some pretty flowers. There we are. So hopefully everyone had a nice week. Back from on stage on Sunday. Thankfully no sign of the dreaded lurgy. I've taken tests most days since I've been back just to be sure with Mum, and her lungs aren't good. But yeah, so far so good, fingers crossed. I think the chemist lady did say it could be up to 10 days though, so not out of the woods yet, but so far so good. No COVID. Just get rid of all that. Okay, so there we are. So that's our trellis there. That's a little bit sneaky, a little bit cheaty, but that's how I've got it going. Okay, so let's keep on with the rest of the card. I've got a card base, obviously. Here we go. So, this piece here that I've cut is 4 inches by 5 3/8, and my card base is 4 1/8 by 5 1/2. So there we are. It's going to sit across like that. And I might as well add that now just to get it all done. So I've left this nice thick border all the way around so I can put some glue on there. All the way around. Through that middle bit that didn't get die cut. I want to show you my next fun fold class too before we finish today. It's we're going to do a one sheet wonder, which some people will either groan or love. So it's a 6 by 6, and you get the 3 cards from the class out of the 6 by 6. So hopefully it'll be a nice, sort of relatively easy class with the drawing to a close for the year. We didn't want anything too taxing, but yeah, a nice one sheet wonder using the designer series paper that goes with the fitting florets. Hopefully you'll like that one, but I'll show you in a minute what the cards look like. So there's our trellis that we're going to be putting our beautiful flowers on. There's my spare one, just in case that didn't work. That's my spare one, so I'll make another card with that. Okay, so I have already die cut and coloured all the pretty flowers, and I didn't think you needed to sit and watch me. I've got 4. I'll just show you. I've got 4 of this one, this nice big clump here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 of the big flower. I'll put them on there and you can see. 4 of the little flower and 4 of that. Oh, sorry, I'm off the thing. I don't know where I expect you to be looking before. 4 of that one and this little one here. I don't think I'm going to need them all because I've already had them on once and I didn't need all of them. So that's what I've done. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So there we go. And the colours I've used with previous cards, I've used Flirty Flamingo, light and dark on the flowers and soft succulent on the leaves. Okay, so, and some Wink of Stella. All the flowers have got some Wink of Stella too, so excellent. So now we can start popping these on and work out where exactly we want them. So I want to look like that is a complete trellis. So I'm going to cover over the bits of the card where the trellis isn't complete. And I'm going to pop it so that it sort of heads over this way a bit, sort of, and then sort of dangles down. So it's like a hanging plant, you know, they sort of clump in places and then other bits hang down. So we're going to give that, see if we can get that sort of effect happening. So I'm starting here. As I say, I'm going to head over this way with some nice, I'm just building it up with the bigger flowers first. We're heading over this way like a clump. And then down here, I'll obviously glue them all on in a minute. Over here. And then we'll bring in some of the leaves and have a few sort of hangy flowers of the single flowers. We'll have them sort of hanging off the bottom a wee bit like this with the leaves. It's covering over where the blank bits are, and then we've got the flowers that we can pop on singly around the place. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's actually what I'm going for, sort of like the sort of not uniform all the way, but sort of like a bit of a clump, a bit of a dangly bit, and sort of a fair bit of green sort of showing. So, okay, somebody should take a picture of that, and we'll see if I can actually recreate it when it comes to doing it with glue. But yeah, that's what we're going for. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to pop just some glue on the back, and let's see if we can recreate what we've just done. I think that one was there like that. We'll go with that. And then run out like this. And I hope as I say, I hope everyone's had a great week so far. Yeah, it was a busy week. I know that for a fact. I didn't seem to get much crafting done. I'm just starting to cut the kits for my what is it? November product class, which I would normally have well and truly posted by now. But anyway, it's a busy time of year, isn't it? I just sorted out all the Christmas presents and things for my team members, so that took a wee bit of doing as well. But they're done. I'm actually organised this year, which is pretty awesome for me. I'm never usually organised. Okay, so that's the first ones. And I think as I did before, I had some leaves sort of dangling down there. So we'll do that. And put some of those flowers on. Oh, yeah, I don't think I'm going to need them all at all. I think I've done ample. Now we've just finished our seasonal sale, which was great. Thank you for everyone who ordered. Had some lovely big orders, which was nice. So we have a tiny lull in proceedings now, and then we will go straight on to our last chance sale. It's always a sale, just when you think you've spent all the money you need to spend as the next sale. Yeah, so the last chance sale is basically just they clear the decks, I suppose, of the current catalogue, the current mini catalogue, which is the Christmas one, and in preparation for the next mini catalogue, which starts in January. So I've had a wee bit of a look. There's some excellent specials there, some savings on the beautiful Christmas papers and things like that we had in the Christmas catalogue. So definitely pop back onto my Facebook page around the 1st of December or before, and you'll see I'll pop some graphics and things up there about those wonderful savings. Yeah, up to 60%. I did see that the beautiful Boughs of Holly paper, which I use a lot, is actually 60% off from the 1st of December. So yeah, if you've got a Christmas wish list and you can wait till December, or maybe it's a wish list for next year, it's definitely worth hanging around on the 1st of December to see what you can pick up. So there we are. How do we think that is? It's probably needs a bit more up here, so I might pop some leaves in up here and some flowers. So I did want it to look like it was sort of hanging down. I might pop a big bunch of leaves here. There we are. Maybe a little big flower. No, it's a bit too big. We'll pop one of the little ones there. We just want this to look, trying to make this look as natural as possible with, you know, flowers poking out from behind leaves and sort of layering and stuff like that. What do we think? Do we like that? Yeah, I think I like that. I think I do. I'll keep going with some greenery. I love greenery. The flowers are pretty, but as I think I've mentioned previously, I think the design really pops once you add the greenery. And I'm going to go too far. You just know I am, aren't I? I might chop that one down a wee bit. So it's just a matter of working out how much is too much, I suppose. Yeah, that's probably enough, Julianne. Let's go there. Okay, there we are. Cool. Oh, yes, very happy with that one. Yes, I think that's good. Okay, and I had some spares. I thought I might have some spares. So that's my trellis, nice and covered. So I've sneakily covered the bits where I didn't cut at all. And yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's give it a little sentiment. I love the sentiments with the framed florets. I'm going to use a stitched banner. That's from the Stylish Shapes. And the one that lends itself so nicely to that is Just Remember. Just a little reminder that you are loved. So I'm going to do that one, which is already on a block somewhere, I think. There it is. Yeah, so there we are. I'm sort of glad that I cut and cut and coloured all those little flowers, because we could still be at it if I hadn't. And it's actually sunny outside, so I'd like to get out into the garden. So just a little reminder that you are loved. There we are. Going to give it some dimensionals, I think. Tuck it under there. Does it look nice? No, I might give it some dimension. And some bling. Always got to have bling. Actually might swap the bling out. I used the festive pearls for the original, but I might bring in the iridescent gems. I think they're really going to pop with the Wink of Stella. I'm just going to pop this little one here, just on the trellis. Nice and easy. You can line it up with the grids, which is nice. There we are. And I'm going to grab my iridescent gems, which I think this is a new bag. Nothing better than a new packet of bling. And then we'll pop some of these around as well. And just pop some of these in the strategic little gaps in the trellis. No matter where. I'm going to go mad and use 5, because I think this card deserves 5 bling. It's a 5 bling card. Here we are. Okay, so that's done. Hopefully you like that one. It was nice and quick. Believe me, I did most of the work behind the scenes with all those little flowers and and leaves and things, but obviously you can take as much time with those. I'm sort of pleased that I played it safe with the one colour. I don't know how I would have gone with lots of different colours in that, but maybe if you want to give it a go, pop online and show me what you come up with. But yeah, happy with that one. I think that looks really, really nice. Yeah, okay, and we've got some spares, so I might pop those on an envelope or inside. We'll see how we go. There we are. Okay, so that's my card for today. Remember, that's the split card texture die, which I've run through my cut and emboss twice, or 1.5 times, only half that second time. And then we've got our framed florets bundle as well. Okay, so just before we go, I said I promised I'd show you my next fun fold class, my 6x6 one sheet wonder class. Basically, here we are. This is the 3 cards. You'll get one sheet of the 6x6 paper, so you get 6x6 of the paper, and a template to do the cutting. It's not difficult cutting. It's probably only in half and then a few other bits, and then I'll give you everything else: the sentiment boxes, the ribbon, the bling, the card bases, everything you need, envelopes to make those 3 cards. So that's our fun fold class. You'll need to have your own sentiments and adhesives as usual. So yeah, so that's the fun fold for December. So I'll pop a post up about that on my Facebook page. If you're in my VIP club, that's your next class. If you want to join my VIP club, it's probably a good time to do it because the prices will actually go up on the 1st of January. So anyway, that's our card for today. Hopefully you enjoy that one. It was really nice to see so many people on for a Saturday morning. And I will see you all again during the week. Okay, have fun. Bye-bye.